every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to That's Good for Footy. How are you? Come on, a bit more excitement than that. We've just driven 109 kilometres from Melbourne to come and see you all. We brought 2 champions from the Richmond Football Club. So can I hear it for Josh Caddy and for Brandon Ellis, please? Thank you very much. What we're going to do is I'm just going to get the boys up here. I just wanted to introduce you to what Footy Fanatics is all about. It's basically where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. As I said, this show is basically, it's an unplugged version of the footy show. It's where you get to meet the players in a really natural and, well, what else can I say apart from raw, engaging, entertaining, all of those superlatives. Let's see if we can get all that happening tonight. So we won't muck around. We'll get the boys up here and we'll have a little bit of fun. Our first panellist has played a total of 135 games and kicked 46 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2012. He wears the number 5 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Brandon Ellis.
Away from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win.
There you go. I'll cut it off there because you've got another player, so you're going to get to hear that song again. All right, well, I'll let that one go to the right through to the keeper. He's our second panellist. He's played a total of 117 games and kicked a total of 97 goals. He made his AFL debut in 2011. He wears the number 22 on his back. Can you please welcome to the stage, Josh Caddy?
Away from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
Sensational. We did that last Friday night. We were down in Morwell and we had Dusty and Trent on the show, and the vibrations that were coming through the floor and reverberating off the ceiling was just amazing. But you guys did a bloody good version too, so thanks for putting it in. Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks,
First
mate.
time
Thanks
on That's
for
Good for
having
Footy.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
wonderful
everyone.
to have you here. And
Pleasure.
Brando, nice to have you back, mate.
Good to be back.
We're going to get into these boys and let them. We'll find out a little bit more about you as the night goes on, and you'll find out a little bit about them as this sort of event unfolds before your very eyes. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a little segment. It's called Footy Talk with the boys.
Talk to me, talk to me. All I want is a little conversation.
That's it, little conversation. Boys, what I want to do, and I've done it with a few of the other Richmond boys on the show of recent weeks, I want to discuss, because these good folk haven't seen you since, you know, they won the flag 2017, you know, so... we are the champions. There you go. What actually transpired, I want to get into your heads a little bit and tell the good folk here. So I just want to ask you, tell us about the grand final day parade for both of you. What was it like?
Yeah, it was pretty special. It was massive. Yeah, it was bloody awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I'm still like lost for words. I still can't believe that, you know, it's happened and that we won it, and yeah, it still hasn't sunk in. But yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah.
Who was in the car with you? Who did?
Nathan Broad. So
okay.
we live together as well. He's my housemate.
Yep.
So yeah,
okay.
Just can't separate us.
Yeah, okay. So the situation for you, you're driving down through the streets of Melbourne. You've got all these screaming fans that are lined up. Obviously, Richmond now, sitting on 81,000 members? Just knocking it out of the ballpark. What was the situation for you when you're just looking at all these adoring fans? Like, what was the emotion like for you?
Yeah, it got you pretty excited, got you pretty pumped. You know, the nerves probably started then, you know, because growing up all I ever wanted to do was, you know, play AFL, and then, you know, to be able to play in the grand final was pretty special. But yeah, it's something I'll never forget, and hopefully can do it again this year.
Ooh, like that. Like that. Tell me about it. What was it like for you, Josh, coming across from the Cats, and now you've had the opportunity to not only sink yourself into the Richmond squad, but now you're playing a grand final. You go out there, you win it, and now you're a premiership player. Yeah,
it was pretty surreal when I went to when I left Geelong to go to Richmond. People thought I had rocks in my head. They sort of said to me, well, you won't be playing in finals for the rest of your career and all that sort of stuff. So it was good to rub it in the face of a few people. But no, it was a surreal experience. Yeah, like Brendan said, it was unbelievable. The parade that day, and there was people hanging off trees and traffic lights and all sort of stuff. It was unbelievable, like rock stars. It was crazy.
Fantastic.
So it was an awesome experience. And like Brendan said, I'd love to get back there again. Every year. That's what you strive for. Absolutely.
Well, that's what you play for, and what an amazing accolade that would be. What I wanted to allude to, that hanging out of trees and from traffic poles, that was after the game as well. We were down Swan Street.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It was a bit of a shame we didn't get to go down there, but I've seen videos of that. It was amazing.
It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. I've never experienced anything like it.
I believe that the coppers didn't even do anything about it either. They just it was amazing.
Yeah, just let it go. People were dancing on top of wheelie bins. It was going off. Tell us about your routine, boys, leading into the night before. Were you nervous? Did you sleep much? Did you change anything about what you would normally do leading into a game, being that it is the biggest game of your life, really? What was your thoughts?
No, I always go to my parents the night before a game when we play in Melbourne. So I go there, Mum cooks the same dish, and then I chill with them for a bit, and then I'll go home, and then I'll go like my pretty strict routine when I wake up, what I do. So it obviously varies if it's an afternoon game or a night game. Yeah. I don't mind night games because I get to have a nap in the afternoon. It's pretty good. Look forward to that. Haven't had to really go through that routine yet, but I will in a few weeks when we play Carlton round 1.
We'll get to that. Josh, what about for you, mate? How did your routine leading into it, like the night before? Were you nervous? Did you have any anticipation about it?
I try not to be too superstitious for that exact reason, especially the grand final. It's a totally different week. It was there was so much going on, the parade, all that sort of stuff. So you sort of got to be flexible, but we just embraced it. I think what we did really well as a team is we just embraced everything and enjoyed it. We didn't try and get out too quick or shy away from it. We embraced it and we had fun with it and just enjoyed it. And,
soak it up.
It might not ever happen again. I hope it does, but it could be a once in a lifetime thing. So we just really enjoyed it, and it was a great experience.
Good idea. Excellent.
Surprisingly, wasn't overly nervous going into the game. We were really confident as a team, and then even while we were playing, it sort of just felt like business as usual. As soon as we got out there and we were running around, it was business as usual. And
Can I say to you, mate, it's actually, and just for the good folk here, it's really wonderful to actually hear you say that, because it's been reinforced from Trent Cotchin and from Dusty Martin, and I've heard it through even from Jack, that's exactly how it was for you boys. You went in there, Dusty still had his tracksuit on with 10 minutes to go, It was you're very casual, but you took that nonchalant approach, but you came out and, man, did you smash it, your tackle count. It was just fabulous. That's what you want from the Richmond, football club, isn't it, really? What I wanted to ask you boys, what about the breakfast routine of day of the grand final? Anything changed there? What did you do? Tell us about. Woke up, went.
So I set my alarm for 9, but I reckon I was up at 7:30. Once I woke up, I couldn't get back to sleep. I was just too excited. I usually make an omelette in the mornings, or I go to the cafe, which is near my house, and get them to cook me one up, and then get a coffee, go for a walk, go for a stretch, a couple of strides.
Cool. Okay.
But I usually eat an omelette. What do you?
Yeah, I at the time lived in Richmond. I was still pretty close, but it was mayhem in Richmond. I went to a local cafe around the corner that I'd sort of go to. Like I said, I'm not too superstitious, so I changed it up a bit. But it was crazy. Like it was, as you can imagine, there was just people everywhere. Even at 8:30, 9 in the morning, it was just Richmond, yellow and black everywhere in Richmond. So it was an awesome week.
It was funny because, and I'm not going to do this all night, but I will allude to the fact, because he's not here now, but when Dusty was saying he'd normally get up and he'd go and have porridge maybe down at a cafe in Elwood, we won't mention it, but you know where it is, and that particular morning he decided that he'd have instant porridge at home, which was probably a good idea considering what would have happened if he'd have been out and about.
It's tough for Dusty at the best of times to walk out in public, so grand final day would have been tough, so smart by him.
Yeah. Can I ask you, the drive to the ground, did you get a lift in with anyone? Did you go in with anybody? What were you listening to?
Yeah, so I usually, when we play in Melbourne or G or Etihad, I usually go and pick up Kochi and we go in together. So yeah, picked him up, went in together. Got a little playlist that I go to. He doesn't really like my taste in music.
I'm glad you said that because he's alluded to it.
So yeah, I just sort of let him, play what he wants. Usually just old school classics. But closer to the game or just closer to the ground, I like to put a bit of stuff on that's going to get me up and going. So I just take over, let him just sit down and yeah, a bit of that.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah, so that's what I lead up to the game. I usually just pick him up.
Yeah. But did that change for you? Did you listen to anything else? That's what you just had your music on and driving into the ground.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, obviously traffic was a lot worse because it's grand final day and there's 100,000 people trying to get to the ground. But that's what I usually do.
And what about you, Josh?
Yeah, well, I was living with Dion throughout last season, so we usually just go together. So, like I said, we lived in Richmond, just around the corner from the G, so it was only a 5-minute drive, and it was just usual. Always drive to Punt Road and park there, and then just walk over. And we had a sort of an escort to walk us over.
I was going to say,
for grand final day, which we didn't have throughout the year. But yeah, like I said, the atmosphere was unbelievable. I'd love to get there again.
Replicate it. Yeah,
exactly.
Good on you. I understand. In the rooms, boys, describe the emotion. You've obviously, all right, you haven't changed your routine the night before. You've had breakfast. You're up. You're all pumped. You come into the ground, you parked your car, you've walked over to the MCG, you go down into the ground underneath the MCG, you walk into the rooms. Tell us about that.
What, before the game or after the game?
Before. We'll stick with before.
Oh, no, it's a bit of a blur, grand final. There was so much that went on and it was just so much happening. I don't really remember too much before the game. I remember running out in the ground before our first warm-up. That was pretty cool, just like looking around, looking at all the pre-game entertainment and... Yeah, that was sick, but
pinch yourself,
mate? Oh, yeah, bloody oath. But I can tell you, after the game, I rember a lot of that. That was awesome.
Yeah, right. Actually, I thought it might have been the other way around, but anyway.
Shut up.
I'm sure you would have spoken about with Dusty about how he runs the music in the rooms before the game and all that.
It was
I said, there was all the stuff going on outside and out on the ground. There was the entertainment and all that sort of stuff. But in the rooms, we were just laughing, mucking around, as we usually do. And when I actually first came to Richmond, I couldn't believe, when I was at Geelong, I'm very serious on game day. And I came to Richmond, I remember our first game last year, round 1, and everyone was just mucking around. We were about to run out. I'm going, what's going on here? Like, these blokes taking it seriously or what? But then, as the year went on, that's how I became as well. And you became and watched us in the rooms before the game. We're just all having a laugh, having fun, mucking around.
So good.
Think we're going to get done by 100
and that's
points.
exactly what it was like on grand final day too. And obviously you saw Adelaide were, doing their power
Ranger stance and
we were just mucking around, laughing, having a good time.
So good. Yeah. Now that's insight you wouldn't get anywhere else, isn't it? I love that. So my thought process is like I've heard it. Both the boys have said it, that you're basically taking the piss out of each other when you're in the rooms. And you're about to go out and play at an AFL Grand Final and everyone's going, oh, you have a check this guy out, will you? I just find that amazing. Well done, obviously, for the result. Yeah, it worked all right. Yeah. Hey, what was the feeling like when you're standing there and you hear the last verse, and you've done it many times in your life, but when you've stood there on Grand Final Day and the last verse of Advanced Australia Fair is being played, and you know that when they get to it, before they even finish that last verse, the roar goes up. Tell me about that. Did you get hairs on the back of your neck?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Thinking about it now, I'm getting like tingly. Yeah, and then you bolt down to the punt road end, and then everyone's just screaming, going nuts. Yeah, it's you can't really explain it. You can't.
That anticipation of not knowing obviously what's going to happen, and going out to play and not knowing until 2 hours time what the result was going to be. It was amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah, well done, boys. Hey, let's put our hands together for that because that's seriously some great insight. Thanks, guys. I want to ask you now, we're talking post-grand final. That was all the lead up to it.
Remember much.
Yeah. Tell me about the memory from grand final day. What will stay with you the most? Is this something that stands out?
So probably that 45 minutes after, when we're doing the circle, going to see all the fans and getting photos and that. But one thing that, really stands out for me is when I walked back down the race with all the boys and we walked into the rooms and, everyone just erupted and I seen my dad and I seen him crying and I went over and hugged him. That was probably the one thing that I remember and it will stick with me forever and it was pretty special actually.
That's fantastic. Yeah, well done, mate. That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Josh, anything that...
Yeah, very similar. The lap of honour, I had mates there and all that sort of stuff, and grown men that I didn't know in tears just grabbed me, wouldn't let go of me. It was unbelievable, and probably the most fun part of the day for me though was probably, luckily we're in a position when you were going to win the game with probably 10 minutes left, and we were just running around having fun, and just as I said, like just having a laugh with each other, taking the piss. The Adelaide boys probably didn't appreciate it too much, but we were just running around really enjoying it because we were up and we'd won the game, so we could actually do that and take it in. So it was amazing. It was so much fun.
Brilliant, mate. Well done. What was the most unbelievable thing that you've either seen or heard since the grand final? Is there anything that you've seen or heard?
Well, actually, I heard someone tried to tell me that there was a photo going around on Facebook that a bloke's already gone and got back-to-back tattooed on him under his premiership tattoo. So
really?
He's very optimistic and confident, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a long season, but
yeah.
Well, no, we've had a good JLT, but still very early.
Yeah. I know you've had an average winning of 47 points in your games since right through the finals till now. But that's pretty optimistic. I like it though. What about you? Have you heard anything that?
No, I haven't really heard of too much. I know a lot of people who got tattoos. Me and my dad got a matching tattoo, actually.
I'll get to that because I want to talk to you about that stuff.
Sorry.
But no, it's all right. It's all right. You don't have to know. What I wanted to ask you though, this is a story that I heard, and I don't know whether you've heard it. Jackie Graham told me when he did the show a couple of weeks ago. He said there was an Adelaide fan at 3/4 time that was so disgruntled that he wasn't pissed or anything, angry, but he just said, that's it, I've had enough and I'm leaving. And he went out the front and he walked out to the gate and he saw a Richmond fan there who couldn't get in, and the guy gave him his ticket. So he got to come in and watch the last quarter. And I reckon that's awesome.
That's good, yeah.
It's a really good story. So that's what I was looking for from you, but you didn't give me anything. So yeah, thanks for that. But I just reckon that's a super good story. Hey, tell me about this. So I know Kochi's routine. He came out with the two kids. He tells them where to go and stand, and then he turns his back to the banner, and all your boys come through and high fives and pats on the bum and so forth. What was the emotion like for you when you come out and you know that the Richmond song's been played, you're about to go through the banner, but you're coming up the race? Give us that. Share it with these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, walking out with 22 of your best mates and knowing that you're going to run out there, and then as soon as, that one person goes out and the crowd sees them, they just start getting louder and louder. And, it's awesome. It just gets you so pumped and you're so switched on, like ready to go. Yeah, and then running through the banner, and then obviously I love, running down to punt road and goals and, doing a little warm-up there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Josh?
Well, it's the best song in the comp easily, yeah. So I always find myself singing along to it. And then running, we always warm up at the punt road end, running down to the punt road end, with all the Richmond fans going crazy. It's unbelievable. We're very lucky that we get to play in front of, for such a big club, in front of big crowds every week, because not everyone in the comp gets to do that. So
absolutely.
It's a huge privilege.
Yeah, good, mate. So the grand final is over. You've shared in the most exhilarating feeling through all your emotions and your jubilation. What do you think best sums up the day for you? What one word would you throw out there for it? What sums up the grand final emotion?
That's a tough one, and Brandon doesn't have a real good vocabulary. So.
Hence, I was looking at you first, Josh.
Just unbelievable. Surreal.
Yeah,
Surreal.
Yeah, surreal. Yeah, good.
Incredible.
It was funny.
Biggest word I've ever used.
What does that mean, man? What's it?
I don't know. Just get Google up.
It's a superlative. Look it up. Hey, do you think about the grand final when you're away? I know you boys went to LA. Is it? Yeah. I won't reel off all the places you went to, otherwise it looked like I was stalking you on Instagram. But more to the point, when you do go away, you're still thinking about it. Is it like an emotion? I know you're going to carry it with you for the rest of your lives, but just initially.
Yeah, there's not a day that I don't think about it at all.
Wow.
Like cool. I got this little album in my phone with all the photos from grand final day, and I just love going through them. It just brings back great memories, and I don't think I'll ever get over it, and I don't know if it'll ever sink in. I swear.
Cool. And what? Just go with it, mate. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, same. You just find yourself reminiscing at times and talking, and stories come up and all that sort of stuff, but. tell you what, when we were sort of running 300s, we were back at pre-season and that you forget pretty quickly. So yeah, it's obviously good to reminisce with your mates and the good times and reflect on that. But at the same time, we've got to keep moving forward and try and do it again. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy yourselves while you were in LA?
All we did was train.
It was pretty quiet.
Yeah. What goes on holiday stays on holiday. I think that's the story, isn't it?
Well, I come back and won the time trial, so it obviously did something right.
Tell us about round one, boys. You excited? You know, the emotion. You're going to be unveiling the premiership flag in front of the loyal faithful down there and playing Carlton round one at the MCG. Wow, how cool is that going to be? Yeah. I know you're going to be in the rooms whilst that's happening, but to come out to that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, and I love round one, love playing Carlton round one. You always get a good crowd there, 80,000, 90,000 people, so it's a good way to start off the season, and it'd be good to beat them, eh?
Bloody good. Yeah. Josh, any thoughts on it?
Yeah. I can't wait. We just can't wait to get back into it.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like, yesterday that the grand final was, and, we've obviously hit the ground running again in our pre-season matches, and we just can't wait. We just love playing footy together, don't we? Like a local footy club, really. We just love running around, getting out there with the boys and having a good time. So we can't wait to get back into it again for another year.
Geez, I like these answers. Well done. Hey, guys, Dimmer, you went to the JLT, Wangaratta, 87 points, victors. How relaxed did Dimmer look? He's got the baseball cap on. He's got the Wayfarers. You look like Don Johnson out of, Miami Vice. He was super cool. Do you feel that there's probably a little bit... And now that he's gone on and he's signed a new 3-year deal, do you reckon he's a bit more,
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest shift in him is just, so much more relaxed now and sort of just goes with the flow. And, it makes us not on edge. It makes us relax and, it makes us be able to focus more on what we need to do. He's relaxed these days, isn't he?
Okay, yeah, well, he certainly appears so. I thought it was amazing when you think about the turnaround. Richmond had a coup. We're going to get rid of the board, got to get rid of Dimmer, and now look at him, 3-year contract. He's going to be the longest serving coach at the Richmond Football Club. Freaking awesome. Well done. You can put your hands together for that if you want. Why not? Guys, I made a comment that Richmond's was one of the elite tackling sides of 2017, and a lot of sides are probably going to try and emulate that and bring that out in their game style, their game plan. 2018, I think Essendon were one of the ones that put their hand up, and then you go and play them in Wangaratta and say 87 points, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. How amazing was that? Has it been a real emphasis on the discussion about your elite tackling pressure? Because you seem to run like a pack of hyenas and you just keep tackling and the ball keeps moving forward, and next thing there's a goal out of it and everyone's going, geez, that was quick, what happened? It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with our personnel too. It's pretty obvious we don't have a tall team, so you've got to, you've got to play to your strengths and bring your strengths each week, and for us that's pace. We've got a lot of small, fast guys and that can chase and put pressure on. So. And it's something that's an attitude thing. It doesn't take talent. It's attitude. So we know that we can bring that every week, and if we do, we give ourselves a chance to win. So that's usually our main focus going into games.
Beautiful. Yeah, great. You went and played the Kangaroos at Icon Park the other night. 70-point winners. Kicked 19 goals. That's not a fair effort.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
Yeah, and this is just JLT. So you're feeling pumped. You must be going in quite confident, ready for round one. That'd be my take on it. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong, am I?
Excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's just fun. As Josh said, it's just so much fun playing with each other again. And our game plan's basically just based off defence, and we just love tackling, we love crunching in, and just as you said, just if there's one bloke that tackle, 3 of us will go over and try and do it. It's just fun, and a lot of teams base their games on offence, and you can sort of control that. You can't control defence, so
great.
Yeah, that's a bit of our inside for you.
Excellent. That is so perfect. How do you fans feel about that when you're hearing them say that we just have fun playing football? What's the overall consensus? You must feel good hearing it. Yeah. Exactly. Spot on. Yeah, well done. I love it. Thanks, guys. I wanted to ask you, are you pretty familiar of how many people have either named their pet or their baby Dusty?
Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't there? There's a few little haircuts getting around, the Dusty haircuts around here.
Well, he did have one little fella. Where's Jack?
Jack?
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, you can. No, he says no. I'm fine. We saw a lot of people would head up down at Punt Road after the grand final, and there seemed to be a lot of dusty haircuts floating around. I asked Kochi when is there a cut-off point for that, and he said, well, I probably wouldn't do it. But that's, yeah. I couldn't believe how many people have actually named either their baby or their pet, cat or dog. Really interesting, yeah. Yeah, okay. Hey, guys, we all talk about the grand final win. Tell me about what was it like sharing it with your family and friends? Because we talk about you, but what was it like for your family and friends? Because they've supported you through all this, and they've been there through the good times and the bad. Tell us about that. I know you shared your father, and thank you for that, but like, what did it mean to your family?
Oh, everything. And obviously, to your mates, it meant everything as well. But it was sort of hard to try and enjoy it, the first week after winning it, because we had so many commitments and so many things on. So sort of had to, then we went on footy trip to Hong Kong after that. So sort of when you got back from there, it was like when you could really just sit down and, actually enjoy it and talk about it, because, the amount of commitments that we had after, the grand final, whether had have won or lost, it just went on for the next week. And, so it probably took, a couple of weeks so you could actually enjoy it with them. But, it was good fun.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, I'm getting that. But, Josh?
Yeah, it was great. All the players got the chance to take the cup back to their families for a day or whatever. We could sort of book it in, and so most players did that, and that was great. So I took it for a day and caught up with my mates for brekkie, and we had sat around with the cup, and obviously my mates have all grown up playing footy and stuff. And it's one of those things that as a player you never actually sort of think you'll get there until you do. One of those things.
Yeah, right.
So hard to do, and not many people get to do it, and then. So just to have the cup sitting there in front of you, that's when it sort of helps it sink in, and your mates. And then I've got a mad footy family as well with a lot of history, and everyone's always loved their footy. So to take it to, we had a bit of a barbecue in the afternoon, same thing, had the cup sitting there on the table, and that was pretty special. That was one of the best parts about, winning the grand final, to share it with them.
Mate. I love that. Well done. Thank you for sharing that part too. Getting the ink done, boys?
Yeah, we've
actually got matching. We've got the
matching tattoos.
We got the one that the cartoon in the Herald Sun. We got that one. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
right.
and my dad got the same one as well. So
yeah.
He's always wanted to get a tattoo with me, something the same. And I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity now. So yeah,
job done. Excellent. Well, have either of you ever been? Because you're always out and about. But your lives are not always as normal as they used to be. What's the most random thing that's ever happened to you when you've been recognised? Is it when you're sitting at a set of traffic lights and someone looks across and goes, that's Brandon Ellis? Give me an example of something like that where it's happened.
Oh, I don't know. Everything seems like pretty normal now, eh?
Yeah. Well,
on the spot
we're both obviously
good
mates with Dusty. Like I said, it's a bit hard for him even now to go out in public. He just gets swarmed everywhere he goes, and obviously he doesn't help himself with the way he sort of presents himself. He stands out pretty easily, so he's not very inconspicuous. But you just sort of it's just how it is now, I guess. So you just it's just what it is.
Okay, all right.
Nothing really out of the ordinary though, to be honest. No funny ones or anything like that I can think of. So.
No, but I was always curious whether you're just like sitting at a set of traffic lights and then someone looks across and goes, and they're tapping on the window and you're like, what? And, it's that kind of vibe. I wanted to ask you this, boys. Dusty did the Bonds ad, and you know that obviously Dusty was seen on a tram. Dusty's never been on a tram, really, has he?
No, I don't think he's ever caught public transport before.
Actually, I think he used to catch the train up here from Castlemaine when he was younger and go to the nightclubs up here, he told me. Probably not since then.
Yeah, not since then. Lastly, guys, do you watch a lot of footy yourselves? And if you do, is it a routine? Say if you're not playing a Friday night game, but you're playing probably Saturday or Sunday, it's not interstate. Let's just hypotheticals here. It's a Friday night. Where would you watch it? At home? Go out or get mates over? What's the situation for both of you here?
Just at home on the couch, or obviously if I'm at my parents, night before a game, usually there's a game on. I'll just watch it with mum and dad on the couch.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I love watching the footy because I've got a lot of mates that play for other teams, so I just like to see how they're going, and so I like to keep up to date.
And that was really where that last question was alluding into this one, because you get to a situation where you just want to go to the pub and be with your mates and watch a game of footy. That's not.
No, you can go to the pub and watch the footy, but you're not allowed to have a beer.
Not that either. But what about you, Josh? situation?
I do.
there?
I watch a bit of footy, yeah. Probably as I've gotten older, I've sort of gotten less. I used to sort of watch it heaps and really, get right into it. And then you sort of find yourself, comparing yourself to other players and that sort of stuff, which is a bit unhealthy at times. So
for sure,
I sort of just sit back now and watch it more because I love footy and don't take it too seriously. But yeah, so I do. I like, and same as Brendan. Like Brendan said, I've got a fair few mates that play at other clubs, so I like to watch them and see how they're going and that. But yeah, I love getting back down to the local footy too and going and watching the local old mates run around in the local comps and stuff like that. So yeah.
And what about you? Do you get out the Quarter Cannons at all, or?
No, I haven't in the last couple of years, but I try and get down to my local club, which is West Coburg and the EDFL. Try and go watch them because I've got a lot of mates that I play with. They're still playing there in the seniors, and I like going down to watch my best mate play, who plays at Northcote Park, which is in the Northern Footy League. So, a bit of a footy head like Cads. Yeah,
good. Oh, that's nice. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Footy Talk with the boys. Can you put your hands together for them, please? Thanks, guys. What we're going to do is we're looking for two individuals to come up and actually participate in the segment. Can I see a show of hands from who'd like to participate? I've got a gentleman down the back there and Helen. I'll get you to just wait for just 1 second. I might. We've got Sandy out on the floor. Have we got some questions that anybody would like to ask? We have?
I've got one from John.
Hello, John.
How you going?
Good.
I just got a question for Josh. Just interested in the difference of the culture between Geelong and Richmond, and probably the Gold Coast as well.
Yeah, well, Gold Coast was really unique in that when I got drafted, there was 30 blokes that were about 18, 19, 20 years old, so that was very unique at the time. And but at the same time, I don't really remember a whole lot of being. It was a fair while ago now, but yeah, obviously it wasn't the best culture. Didn't sort of work out the way they planned, and they made a few errors along the way, but hopefully they come good eventually. And then when I got to Geelong was a great footy club. I've got nothing but good things to say about Geelong. Great bunch of blokes, good culture, a good place to be, really, a happy place, obviously a successful club as well. So, and then when I came to Richmond, I was lucky. I came at a great time. Obviously, I missed the hard times, which was good, but. Like we've already spoken about, we're such great mates, really tight, have fun. People probably wouldn't believe it if they walked into the place, like I said, during the week or before a game or whatever, how seriously we don't take it, if that makes sense. Yeah. We just have fun and muck around, really, take the piss out of each other. It's like a job site, probably, really. Just hang shit on each other, hang shit on Dimmer. It's just good fun. So. And Geelong was pretty similar as well. Like I said, they were a bit more serious on game day. Like Joel being the skipper is a very serious operator, so that was sort of flowed onto the team. But I've been very lucky to be involved in two great clubs. And like I said, the Gold Coast so long ago, I sort of almost forget my time.
Yeah. And you've won a premiership now, so you're allowed to. What I wanted to point out obviously from that question was that. I'll go down to Sandy. I'll let this question come first. Who you got there, Sandy?
I got Jack.
Hello, Jack.
What team did you barrack for when you were kids?
I barracked for North Melbourne growing up.
Yeah, so did I, funnily enough, which is weird, because when I was a kid, none of my mates barracked for North Melbourne.
Wow.
But both Brendan and I did, so there you go.
I've got a segment come up. You've just stolen the question. No more questions from Jack. What I wanted to do, just to allude to that question, going back to you, John, Jack Graham had said when he was on that it was quite amazing. What's all the fuss about down in Richmond? I played 5 games. I've kicked 3 goals in the grand final, and we beat Geelong. What's all the fuss about, So it's amazing the culture. Yeah. What he stepped into, he hasn't seen any of the Richmond hard times, which all you lovely people have, unfortunately. But now you're rejoicing and all that, so who cares? What have we got, Sam? Somebody else? Trevor.
What influence has Barmy had? Because when he arrived, there seemed to be a change in attitude in the club.
Yeah, you know him better than anyone.
Yeah, Barmy's been around the traps. Obviously, he's been in footy for a long time and knows what success looks like. So, he's a great operator. He understands. I think one of the biggest things in footy that a lot of clubs don't get quite right is you've got to understand that you're going to have 45 blokes that are going to be very different in personality, and you're going to have some guys that are rough around the edges, some guys that are straight, and you've got to embrace that because it takes all different personalities and types of players to make a club a great club. And I think that's what Barmy's really big on, and what he really sort of the message that he sends. Everyone's different, and that's a good thing. So I think that's one thing that he's massive on, and yeah, he's just a good operator. But he'll always go into bat for the players and the club, and he's the sort of guy you always feel like he's got your back.
That's great.
Which I think is important.
It's along the lines of embracing each person's individuality, isn't it? Yeah, good. Sand, another one?
Yep, I've got John here.
Yep.
How you going, guys? 2 questions about Alex Rance. You said you have fun in that. How did you stop him sliding up and down the change rooms with the soap without getting injured before the grand final? And the second question is, how many slabs of the Richmond cans has he got left? Because we couldn't get them down here.
No, I've got none left, to be honest. And the Rancy thing, that video was taken, I think, 5 years ago. Yeah. And it just recently popped up again. Yeah, that was his. Oh, yeah, I remember filming that. That was funny as.
Very, very rare individual, Alex Rance.
Yes.
There's only one Alex Rance, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll gather that. Anything else, Sand? Is that it? Nobody else? No other questions?
It's not about football itself.
It's not about football? Well, that's good. Let's talk about shopping.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, about the fellow who wrote the book. I can't remember his name.
Conrad.
He must have thought he was writing a fairy tale in the end. How did that go with him being in the club all the time?
Oh, you didn't really know him, notice him around the rooms and around the club, and they sort of just sat in the back corner. But yeah, he literally took down every single detail, as be able to tell from reading the book. But yeah, he'd be pinching himself, wouldn't he? He came, year before, probably the worst year we've had in the last 10 years, and then a year later, he's there and he's writing, basically as you said, a fairy tale.
Yeah, well, he was actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was actually meant to write a book at the end of 2016, and then said, I can't write a book about this year, so I'll hang around for next year as well. I'm pretty sure. So it took him a year extra, but yeah, it worked out well.
Yeah, didn't it just? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now please put your hands together for the boys. Thank you. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for getting involved. We need 2 contestants. The gentleman there with the glasses and the lady here with the Richmond jumper on. If we could get you 2 up the front here, please. No, all right, stay there then. No, come on. Come up and sit up the front. And what I'll get you, just sit on one of the stools. And if you could pass their buzzers down. Josh, could you pass the gentleman? What's your name there, sir, with the glasses? Neil, nice to meet you, Neil. That's your buzzer. And Helen, we already know your name, so that's your buzzer, all right? So when you know the answers to these questions, I want you to chime in with your bell or give us your hooter. All right? Boys, you're going to keep score. We've got a nice little elaborate scoring system here, which we stole from somebody's tennis table and threw some numbers on it. What we're going to do here is I'm going to ask a series of questions to both Helen and Neil, and all I want you to do is come in with your buzzer. Can we test your buzzer, Neil? Wonderful. Can we test yours, Helen? Thank you very much. Yeah, don't put so much effort in, all right? Okay. I want you to answer these questions, and the boys will keep score. Neil, Josh is playing on your behalf, and Helen, Brandon's playing on yours. All right, here we go. Who were the last 4 teams Richmond played, excluding the grand final? Neil.
Greater Western Sydney.
Yes. Yes.
St Kilda and Fremantle.
Well done, mate. Score number 1. Good on you, champ. How many supporters did the Richmond Football Club have at the end of the 2017 season? And I'll give you within 1,000. Neil.
72,000.
No. Helen?
217.
Come on, quick. Come on, Helen. Whoa, spot on, well done. 75,777. How many votes did Dusty poll in the Brownlow? Helen?
36.
Correct, well done. Nice. How many people attended the AFL Grand Final? Ooh, Neil?
100,021.
Oh, could you be a bit more specific? That's spot on, well done. Well done. How many players have won in the same year the Brownlow, the Premiership, the Norm Smith? Ooh. Neil or Helen? Oh, we got Helen. Helen? How many players have won it? Quick. No, you'd be wrong. Only one. Bad luck. No score there. Who kicked the first goal in the 2017 AFL Grand Final? Oh, Neil? Correct, Rory Sloane. Well done. What did the young Oz kicker say to Jack Rewalt when he handed over his medal? Neil?
Congratulations, you're a legend.
Well done. Beautiful. Can you do it in the kid's voice, please?
Congratulations, you're a legend.
Yes, well done. No bonus point, but that was good. Who had 20 kicks, 5 handballs and 25 disposals for the Richmond Football Club in the grand final? Helen?
Someone help me?
No. There was no somebody help me in the game. Come on. How'd you go? Quick. Brandon Ellis. Would you say Brandon Ellis? Is that your answer? No, you're wrong. It was Basher Hooley. Bad luck. No points there either. What's the score? How are we going there, boys? 2 versus... Jesus. Jeez, you're really getting my workout up here, guys. Thank you very much. How many premierships has the Richmond Football Club now won? Neil, 11, correct. Well done. Who kicked the first Richmond goal in the grand final? Neil. Josh Caddy, well done. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. It was too simple. Well done, mate. That was awesome. Take that as first prize. And Neil, for being such a top bloke, have a bottle of wine. Well done, champ. Good on you. You're simply the best. Too good. Not bad. We'd like to get 2 other contestants up here. Who'd like to come up and participate in one of these segments? You don't have to do too much. And Brenda, you coming up as well. We'll get you 2 up here. Come on. Yes, yep. You're going to be keeping score. So can we get those paddles back to 1, boys? No, look at him. He's full of energy. He hasn't stopped spinning in that chair since he got here. Hand over the paddles, Brando. Get that back to 1. Hand yours over to Brenda. And Josh, if you could hand yours over. And I'm sorry, your name was? Andrea. Nice to see you both. All right. Yep, you 2 boys are playing. But you're not going to be using your buzzer. You won't need any buzzers for this. I'm going to introduce the segment. It's called Knowing Me, Knowing You. I don't need any buzzers, but Brando just wants to have a bell in his hand, so we're going to go with it, all right? What's going to happen here, boys, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. I'm going to be asking you 10 questions about Josh, and you have to get them right. Then I'm going to ask you the same 10 questions about Brando. Andrea and Brenda are going to keep score, all right? So every time they get one right, you'll be scoring for Brando, you'll be scoring for Josh. Are we ready to go, boys? Your first question, Brando, is about Josh. What is his age?
25.
And you answer true or false? True. True, correct. Thank you very much. So that's 1 point. All right. What is their birth date? What is his birth date? Month and year?
September 20th.
You can tell him. 28th of September. No point for that one. Do you know where he was born? And I want the area.
In Melbourne.
So have you guys met Brandon? This is Brandon. Welcome to the show, Brandon. Melbourne.
Eltham Way.
Eltham Way? We'll go.
Where at the hospital? Or
No, just close proximity. We'll take.
I was actually born in East Melbourne.
East Melbourne. There you go. All right. Point for that one. Beautiful. Do you know his middle name?
Scatman.
Brando finds it funny. No?
Nah, false.
No, false. Nicholas. All right. Okay. What sort of musical genre or artist does Josh like?
He loves Drake, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, you can use this if you want.
A bit R&B, hip hop. He loves his classics as well. Actually, he loves his classics.
Would that be true?
Yeah.
All right.
Classic.
There's a point for you. All right. Growing up, who did he barrack for?
North Melbourne.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see? Thanks for that, little man. Loved it. Do you know what sort of car he drives?
Yeah, Yeah, Jeep.
Jeep, yes. Strangely enough. Thanks, get the sponsors in.
I'm absolutely nailing these.
Do you know if he has a pet? If so, what is its name?
Oh, he's got a Frenchie. What's his name again? I've got a brain fade here.
Yeah, Dusty, well
it's
done.
not Bruno. That's Lambo's one.
Buzz out.
Oh, what's his name?
Wilson.
Wilson. Bummer. Yeah.
Off Castaway.
Yeah. Love it. Great movie. How many brothers or sisters does he have?
He's got 2 older brothers, and you got a sister? Yeah.
Two brothers and 1 sister.
2 brothers, 1 sister. He's happy. All right, there's a point. Well done. Your last question: how many goals has he kicked in his career to date?
104.
Josh?
You weren't listening at the start, were you?
No.
What did I say?
False. 97.
97. Well done, mate. Beautiful. 97. That is incorrect.
Close.
Yeah, close.
No
Yeah, we're not
clue.
playing for close. That's it. So score of 6. 6. All right.
I got 7.
No. Andrea, you're going to be keeping score now. I'm going to be asking those same 10 questions to Josh. And
pressure's
see how
on.
we go. All right, you've
See how
got a
good
score
a
of
mates we
6
actually
to
are.
beat. Josh, here we go. Do you know Brandon's age?
24.
Oh, yeah, true.
Had to check. All right. Do you know Brandon's birth date, month and year?
June.
False. August 3rd.
Do you know where he was born?
He said East Melbourne.
Yeah, he gave it away himself. I like it. Do you know his middle name?
I don't. I've got absolutely no idea.
James.
James. All right. Nice name. What sort of musical genre or artist does he like?
Like hardcore dance music, whatever you call that. Techno, trance, whatever.
What would you call it?
Oh, bangers.
Bangers.
Let's go with banging. He likes a bit of good banging music, Andrew. All right.
Techno,
Yeah. All right. Growing up, who did he barrack for?
Kangas.
There we go. Nice and easy one. Thanks again to you, Jack. That was wonderful. Do you know what sort of car he drives?
Yeah, a Commodore.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Saw you in that the other day, didn't I? Do you know if he has a pet? And if so, what is its name?
He doesn't have a pet. No pets.
No, I did, but I don't anymore.
No. Okay.
Can't even look after himself, let alone a pet.
Yeah. What's the score there, Andrew? Oh, 6. Ooh, it's a tie. The answers are coming from you, so you're not going to see them on here. How many brothers or sisters does he have?
1 brother and 1 sister.
Correct. Oh, and your last one. How many goals has he kicked in his career to date?
It was 42.
Oh, I don't know.
46.
46.
Nah.
46.
I was listening
46.
too, I just
So we
forgot.
have a winner.
But I still
Andrea,
won.
we have a winner, Josh. Well done.
Go, mate.
Too easy. Fantastic, mate. That was awesome.
Wilson
prize
screwed me.
Sorry, Brenda, but you can take that. But Andrea, congratulations, you get a bottle of wine. All right. Well done.
Can you have a glass
and
with
that,
you?
I'll take that for you, my dear.
Enjoy.
Well done. That was awesome. Good stuff. All right. All we need now is we need 2 contestants to come up, and all you're going to be doing is turning over the score pad. Do nothing else but that. Oh, now they put their hands up now, and they don't have to answer any questions. I'll go for that girl there, and we'll go for that little fella there. Come on up, both of you. Come on up. And I'll introduce the segment while they're coming up. This is called Say My Name. Well done. All right. What's going to be happening here, you won't need any buzzers, neither will the boys. It's just going to be turning over the score paddles. What I'm going to do here, boys, this segment, the way that it works, it's how well you know your players that play at the Richmond Football Club. So I'm going to be giving you their number, and you've got to tell me their name. All right? It was really funny. We did this last Thursday night with Gary Ablett, and he's just come back to Geelong, and he went, oh, I've got no
Arrogance on
idea.
him.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was very funny. So we're going to see how funny it is tonight. So what's going to be happening down there, guys? You're just going to be keeping score each time they get one right. So you're going to be playing for Josh. Oh, sorry, for Brandon, and you'll play for Josh. All right? Who'd like to go first? Brandon, well done. All right. So what's going to happen here? I'll be calling out the number, and you'll keep score. Are you ready to go, my friend? You've got 40.
Call out a number, and I'm just going to say the player's name.
The player's name.
Yeah.
You've got 45 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. Number 1.
Nick Foston.
Correct. 22.
Josh Caddy.
Correct. 23.
Kane Lambert.
Correct. 2.
Grimes.
Correct. 5.
Ellis.
Hey. 6.
Greed.
Correct. 7.
Butler.
Correct. 33.
McIntosh.
Correct. 34.
Graham.
Correct. 35.
Broad.
Correct. 10.
Cheddar.
Correct. 29.
Shea Bolton.
Correct. 30.
Conks.
Correct. 15.
Short.
Correct. 16.
Hammer or Hampson.
Yep. Correct. 45.
Naish.
Correct. 46.
Miller.
Correct. 47.
Soldo.
Correct. 17.
Rioli.
That's
very good.
Not bad. Hey, well done. What did you finish up with?
Very good.
No, your teammates.
He got the last one.
Yeah, how did I get?
18.
Could have went quicker.
Not bad.
Straight into this.
Hey, well done. Good effort down the front, Josh. Let's see how you go. 45 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. 18.
Rant.
Correct. 21.
Townsend.
Correct. 28.
Higgins.
Correct. 8.
Rewalt.
Correct. 9.
Cochin.
Correct. 31.
Markov.
Correct. 32.
Ellis. Corey
Correct.
Ellis.
Yep. 3.
Prestia.
Correct. 4.
Martin.
Correct. 25.
Nate Curvis.
Correct. 26.
Miles.
Correct. 27.
Lloyd.
Correct. 37.
Menadue.
Correct. 38.
Bolter.
Correct. 11.
Castagna.
Correct. Yeah. 12.
Dave. Asprey.
Yes, correct.
That's
14.
Hooley.
What did you finish up with? 15. We have a winner, Brandon Ellis, which means you're our winner. Congratulations. Well done, my dear. I'll give you a merchandise pack. I'll look after you. I'll grab you a football at the end of the show and I'll bring it out for you. Well done, champ. Good on you, mate. All right. Just a bloody hose. Well done. Thanks, guys. Awesome. All right, I want two gentlemen. A man down the back, you put your hand up before. Can I get you up here to participate in this? And I'm looking for, what about Dad here? We'll get Dad. You've got the 2 sons. Do you want to come up and participate in this? Come on up, boys. We'll have a little bit of fun with this. This segment's called Who Are You? You guys will be keeping score. Beautiful. Take a seat, Dad. And Johnny, well done. Oh, that's all right. The boys have just come up to say, we wish you well, Dad, and we're here to support you. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Stand next to Dad or sit back down or go to the bar, whichever you prefer. No, welcome to the show, all of you. Now, who can I say? We've got John and Chris. Nice to meet you both. What's going to happen here, boys, this is a little segment, and I've got you boys up because you'll probably know these names. I'm going to be calling out the nickname of these players. You've got to tell me their real name. Are we familiar with the rules? Yep. Chris, there's your bell. And where'd the honker go? Johnny, that's yours. All right? So what I want, I'm going to call out the nickname. You boys have got to give me the real name. Familiar with the rules? We're all good to go? John, can we test your buzzer? Well done. Chris, test yours. Beautiful. Tinkerbell. Love it. All right. What we're going to do here, you boys are going to keep score. We're going to see if we can get the first one to 10. We're ready to go. Your first one. Tomahawk. John.
Jack Hawkins?
No, Tom Hawkins.
Tom Hawkins.
Yeah, no good. Sorry, mate. The Flying Dutchman. Honker?
Paul Van Haar.
Correct. Well done. You're off the with one. Well done. All right. The Flea. Honker.
Dale Waitman.
Well done, mate. The Hawk. The Hawk. The Hawk. Yeah, the Hawk. No good? Doug Hawkins? Ah, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, okay. What about Conan? Conan. Barbarian, yes, but not in this instance. Gary Ayres. Son of God. Honker. Junior, yeah, that'll do. Leaping Leo, that was a score. Yeah! Just test your bell again then. Oh, good. Thank you, Chris. It is working. Well done. Yes. Hungary. Bell. Kevin Barler. Well done, mate. Good. You're off the run. Fig Jam. No, not right now. No takers? No takers? Nathan Buckley. Ah, yeah, now it makes sense, doesn't it? All right. What about T-shirt? Honker? Well done, mate. You've got it. How are we going there score-wise? 2 versus 4. All right, let's get this game going. Buddha? Honker? That'll do. Well done. The Smiling Assassin? Do you follow footy, Chris, at all? Or? Honker? No, that would be Brad Johnson. The Dominator? Honker? Wayne Johnson it is. Well done. Slam and Sammy? Honker? No, Sammy Kekovich. Not bad. The Tip Rat? Honker? What's his name? Quick. No. Buzz it out. Stevie Milne. Nice try, boys. Monkey. Yep. That'll do, Damien Monkhurst. Bristle. Honk. Brian Taylor it is. We're sitting on a score of 8. Whew, this is entertainment plus, isn't it? All right. What about Horse? Honker? You've got it. You're now sitting on a score of 9. Let's go for somebody that you'll probably have no idea about. Flevolenko. No. Brendan Favola. Okay. And the last one, the Kid. The Kid. The Kid? I thought you guys would be like all over this. That was... Yeah, Darren Burton. We have a score of 10. You're our winner. Thanks. Oh, all right. Thanks, boys. That was wonderful. Thanks for participating. You were just wonderful. I'll buy you a beer at the end of the show. Thanks for participating, Chris. Well done, John. You are our winner, mate. Oh. There you go. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Boys, what I'm going to do here, we're going to wind up the show because we've only got a couple of segments to go. This segment is actually called What Can I Say? What I'm going to do here, boys, no scoring, no mucking around. I'm going to ask you a question, and you can give me a one-word answer, or you can go into detail. All right? Totally up to you, however you want to do it. So what I'm going to do here is I'll start off by just asking you this question: would you like to see State of Origin return?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's 2 years. What are your thoughts on AFLX? Be honest.
Ridiculous.
Brando?
Work in progress.
So's his show, by the looks of it. Pre-season games are?
Boring.
Yeah.
Needed.
A necessity. There you go. Do you like round 23, the bye round?
No.
No. Okay. Fairly emphatic with that answer. Should a Super Goal be in home and away games?
No.
All right, good. Travelling interstate is?
Good fun.
Awesome. Got a little bit of synergy going on here now. Should Tasmania have a team of their own?
Yep. Yeah.
Good. All right.
Send Jack Rewalt back there.
So we can get rid of him.
Please.
He'd won the keys to the whole state. Thursday night footy is?
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, good.
You get
You
4
can
days
always
off
say good
after.
for footy. Yeah, Thursday night footy is good for footy. Tiger supporters are?
A bit mad.
Incredible. Nothing.
Love them. I love them.
Beautiful. Excellent. Great answer. What was yours, Brandon?
Incredible.
Incredible. Okay, good. Just wanted to get that out there, everyone. All right.
Incredible.
There you go. Your thoughts on the Twilight Grand Final?
No.
Like it.
Like it. Okay, good.
Didn't
Being
listen.
Did you want to? No? Okay.
Eats into the night time after we win.
Well, the prelim last year was pretty special, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
Who went to that? It was pretty good.
And you've been obviously to the States. You've done your travel. You've seen the sports over there.
Yeah,
all right.
I like it.
Yeah, good. All right. What is your favourite ground to play on?
MCG.
Beautiful. Well done. There it is. Being an AFL footballer is?
Fun.
Fun. He has got an extended vocabulary, hasn't he? Fun. All right. Josh?
Cheap shot.
Fun.
Fun.
Copycat.
Cheap shot. An AFL coach's job is?
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Depends where you are on the ladder.
Yeah.
Easy.
Good answer.
Easy
I like
sometimes.
it. Yeah, nice. Your thoughts on Good Friday football?
Like it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, providing that it's the charities get something out of it. I
Yeah,
think.
good. Okay.
100%.
Yep, I'm with you. Playing for the Tigers is?
The best. The best.
You can throw some words out to me. My vocabulary's done.
Scintillating.
Scintillating. Wow.
Yeah, great.
Great. Thanks, mate. Tigers this year will finish.
Premiers.
Good stuff. When you see a poster or merchandise of yourself, what do you think?
Good looking.
Agree, girls? Yeah, all right, good. Josh?
Yeah, not bad. Not too bad.
Well done. How excited are you about round one?
Jumping out of my skin.
Jumping out of my skin and very...
answer. Come on.
No, you can do more than that. Yeah, good. All right. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
That's rare.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right.
Pinch yourself.
Yeah, good.
They must have run out of fours, did they?
Do you prefer boardies or budgie smugglers?
Oh, budgies.
Yeah, budgies.
Budgies. All right, good. And last one, boys. Have you ever tried a South Melbourne dim sim?
Yes.
No, I don't think I have.
No?
No.
You'd know if you had.
Unbelievable.
I asked that question because you're AFL footballers and you're worried about, skin fold and that sort of thing, but they're the most delectable little things you can come across. So that's all I wanted to say. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for them, and what can I say? I've purposely let the show run over tonight because I wanted you guys to experience what it's like to have anybody really from any of the clubs to come and be on the show. We just want everyone to meet them, see them in this natural light, enjoy a little bit of this, get involved in some segments, win some prizes and have a few laughs. Have you done that tonight? Yeah. Good. As I said,
Dusty couldn't make it.
Nah.
Dusty.
We're probably funnier than Dusty though, really.
Yeah.
You should see his vocabulary.
Yeah. So what did you think of the grand final? Good.
Falling asleep if Dusty was here.
Yeah.
You get us back every time. I love it.
Oh, we'll always have you back. All I wanted to do, because I'm going to do the sign-off now, I've explained it at the start of the show, but on March the 14th, we're doing a show at the Village Green Hotel. We've got Richmond's Jack Rewalt and Daniel Rioli on it. See you there, Brenda. March the 21st, we've got a show at the Gateway in Geelong, where we're going to have Tom Hawkins, Mitch Duncan, along with Gary Ablett Jr. on the show. March the 28th, we're doing a show with Dyson Heppel and Zach Merritt at Skyways in Airport West. April the 4th, we've got Luke Dalhouse and Tom Liberatore at the Westside Hotel in Laverton. On April the 11th, we've got Josh Bruce and another St Kilda player. On April the 18th, we've got Melbourne's Jack Viney and Christian Petrarca, because we get all the best players on these shows, like Josh Caddy and like Brandon Ellis. So if you like what you've seen tonight and you want to come along to them, or even if you don't and you didn't like it, tell somebody else so they can come and have to put up with what you've had to tonight. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. These have been the That's Good for Footy panel shows. As I said, we do them every Wednesday night. If you want to come along, they're not expensive to get involved, and you can do what you've done tonight. I personally want to thank all of you wonderful people for coming down here tonight. I know that you got upset when Dusty wasn't available, but I reckon we've had a bloody good show with these two champions. Can you please now put your hands together for Josh Caddy?
Thanks for having me.
Brandon Ellis. It's been a wonderful show. We're going to give away some prizes and some raffle after this, but I just wanted to say this has been the That's Good for Footy panel show. Thanks, everyone. My name's Damien. Good night. Cheers.
Pray for every night.